Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Shadow War. Yes, it's me, Desmondo, coming to you at the end of a great day's gaming, which is only one day of the two, with our friends from Denmark, Nikolai and Martin, and obviously my wingman, Mr. Ian Fuller. Yes, we've been playing all day today, this massive battle, 14-foot table by 6 foot, and we are playing an 1813 scenario. In which the Austrian Third Corps are taking on numerous bits of the French Grand Army, which is around Leipzig, trying to hold off the Third Corps and secure this extremely important road junction and its connection to Leipzig and other areas, and therefore giving Napoleon room to maneuver. Now, I'm not going to go whittering on too much. As you know, some of you come and listen. I do witter on a bit too much, but I'm going to give you a very brief report about what's been going on. So I'm going to draw back and give you a whole view of the battlefield right now, and I'll try and talk you through what you're looking at. Right, so to the top of the screen you can see a vast amount of Austrian infantry, which have now are fully deployed from the Third Corps and have battered slowly the French that were on there, that ridge line in the centre with the farm. You can just see that small farm with the grey roofs, and have at last pushed these off. Now it's taken 13 turns to get to that point. It's because it's at a big table and we're using General d'Armée 2 movement rates because they come a long distance, but they pushed them off. The troops that are on there was Moran's, I think it's 12th division, have effectively broken. They have now started to flee. The brigade is pretty well knackered and going to be out of action. You can see maybe just below the ridge, you can see our sort of massive troops. Quite a few of those troops are retreating, and I was zooming quickly. You can have a quick look there. You can see there's a lot of troops retreating, and but unfortunately that's Moran's division. However, they've done a sterling job in slowing the Austrians down. However, on this flank, as I draw back again, you will see these small hamlets on the edge of the table. Nikolai has taken one of the divisions and the avant-garde and burst onto the flank of the French. And you can see these rather gorgeous Uhlans and other supporting cavalry are well over the stream and across the bridge and threatening the major road junction. Now, whether those cavalry will actually take it, I think is very, very unlikely. But it was worth mentioning that I had a brigade of Württemberg Chevaliers who decided to try and hold this area just in front of this Uhlans. I rolled a 3 on 2 dice, and young Nikolai rolled an 11. Not only was my arse spanked, pardon my French, it was spanked in the second turn afterwards, because he then got the initiative and charged into the rear of my retreating troops and effectively destroyed the whole brigade. Not actually, the Württembergers didn't actually inflict a single casualty, but were wiped out, and hence our flank now is somewhat in the air. Now, we do still have some cavalry on the French side, and they will temporarily stabilise it, and there's a mass of French troops coming up. They're coming up from both roads. You can see that road at the top in the middle, and they're coming from the road from Leipzig there. And there's a part of another division at bang centre of the picture, which below those pine trees is also manoeuvring into position. So the French have got a lot of troops coming on the table, a lot more artillery, and I'm sure they will stabilise the situation. However, who knows what will happen with the dice? And I suppose really from a French perspective, yes, we can stabilise it and potentially hold the road junction. But as we go all the way back up here, you will see this is a lot of Austrian infantry that have hardly been engaged. There's, I think, a whole division, or they're sitting there ready, Hessen-Homburg's division, which is fresh, it's strong, got a lot of guns. And if they're used correctly, I think the French will have a real struggle holding that road junction. But who knows? Everything was going reasonably well for the French until that Württemberg brigade was wiped out. And suddenly there was nothing between these masses of Austrian cavalry and the key road junction. So it can change so quickly in these rules. Great day, fantastic fun. Got a lot to do tomorrow. We've got to play another, I think, 12 more turns till it gets to 9 o'clock in the evening, and that's deemed to when the sun goes down, the fighting stops. There will be a little surprise I will give you tomorrow when I do the video, and actually let you into a secret about this game, and hopefully that will inspire you to have a look at doing exactly the same thing, because wargaming is a fantastic hobby and there's so many scenarios out there, but I think it's every now and again it's always nice to sort of throw a curveball into people's gaming lives, and they try something and play something and don't know what it is, assume it is a made-up scenario, and then suddenly you can drop a bombshell on and tell them exactly what game they've really been playing. So anyway, one last shot of it, and thank you very much for bearing with the wittering. But we've been down the local pub, had a nice pizza and a couple of beers. I'm going to have an early night tonight, and then we're going to resume tomorrow, and I hope to post you a video in the evening from that. But thank you very much indeed. And by the way, I passed 1,000 subscriptions today. That is absolutely awesome for a guy who stands here with an iPhone and just talks in one go. No editing, no special stuff. To have 1,000 plus people subscribe to this and want to see these games is just, honestly, truly, I'm over the moon. So please, thank you so much if you are a subscriber. I hope you still enjoy these, and I hope you will still come and look at these videos as I post them for the next few months. Cheers, everybody. Take care. See you tomorrow.